Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa's not a financial planner. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. Tesla, another exciting day. Absolutely exciting. Uh, I want to start out. I'm going to tell you a few stories here today, true stories. But this is a 4 hour chart. Each candle is 4 hours. This one's still forming. And I'm going to give you the opening price here shortly, and we do have divergence again. But I'm going to tell you the good news about our divergence that we got right now. Okay, Grandpa better get at it. And I hope I remember to talk to you about having a cash account so you don't panic sell. Quit panic selling if you're uh, the stock, any stock runs like a wave. There's waves. They go up and they go down. Uh, what more can I say? Okay, so from high to low today, we moved $12.71. Seems like each day we're losing a little bit of our range from high to low, and we are. Okay, Grandpa sees this as a good sign for your future, and I'm going to explain it to you in a little bit. But yeah, the range is getting a little bit tighter. We had a high today of 347.99. 347.99. We had a low today of 335.28. What a buying opportunity. We closed in the red at 339.64. Just a second, I forgot to put the indexes in. I will tell you what they are in a second. Just bear with Grandpa. Uh, okay. Ooh. Oh boy. Yeah, the indexes are up. That's bullish. Ooh, man, Grandpa, you did it again. Okay, so the indexes are up. Tesla underperformed today. I love it. It's an opportunity, a buying opportunity. Okay, cash account. Why should you have a cash account versus a margin account? If you have a cash account, you buy your share and you can just keep it. The price can fluctuate $100 down or $100 up, and they can't take it away from you. If you have a margin account, and if the price drops too much, uh, oh, my grandson is on here. Grant says hello from North Dakota. I'll tell you, he's a pilot. That's my grandbaby Grant. He's up there in North Dakota in flight school, and I think he's a flight instructor now, even. If he isn't, he should be. He's going to be flying jets here if he hasn't already, and shortly. But when he was little, I got 28 grandkids, and they're all wonderful, but none of them could hug Grandpa like Grant. Of all my grandbabies, he was by far, not even a close toss up, was Grant. But now I got little Uriah that looks like Grant, and he just got done giving me a bear hug before he left, and now he's taking Grant's place because Grant's up there in the air, flying around North Dakota and wherever they fly. Um, okay, Grandpa's going to get back at it here. So, yeah, I'm so blessed I can't even tell you. Okay, so cash account. Even if you got one share or 10 shares or 100 shares or whatever you want, a margin account will allow you to buy extra shares. But if the price goes against you, and it very likely will at some point, you got to bail. You got to bail out, and that don't pay. You know, um, way back before the caveman was invented, back when the price went down to 101.81, I got in with a ton of shares at 104. I had a ton of them. And the price bounced up to 114, $10 profit. I thought, oh, I'm going to take my profit. And I made a chunk of change, I'll tell you what, on that $10 bounce with all those shares. But before, and then it gapped up, and it just kept going up. And Grandpa was keep waiting for an opportunity to get more shares. By the time I stabilized and got back in, well, currently they're at 193, I think it is. 193 from 104, and I'm happy to have them. I'm happy to have them. And you know, but with the cash account, you can sit. I watched those shares. It went down into the 140s. It went straight up to 300, but it came back down to under 150. And so now, all those shares at 193, they didn't look so good then. They didn't look good at all. But they look really good right now. They look really good. And they're going to look a lot better. And Grandpa just holds on to those. That's a cash account. A margin account is for goofing around and playing. If you want to play and take a chance of them taking your money, with a cash account, the supercomputer hates you if you got a cash account and you just wait. When it goes against you, it's like Carpenter the other day. He's got his shares at 335. He's looking like a millionaire now, okay? And he's an intelligent young man, but he called me. Price went down to 302. Grandpa, should I be selling when it goes above and rebuy this, because it runs in waves. I told him, hang on, just buy more shares. Just buy more shares. One share is huge. When you got a stock that's going to be $10,000, one share is huge. When one stock has the possibility of being $100,000, like Grandpa believes, get one share. Just do whatever you can. Almost everybody can at least get one share. Okay. So the range is getting tighter. Divergence today. Well, and I believe this is good news, and I'm going to explain it to you. Volume fell by 6 million shares again today, and we've only got 57 million shares bought and sold. The average of Tesla is 90.5. And why this is very bullish to Grandpa is, let's think back about when Tesla was down to 212. Everybody was so scared they thought the sky was falling. Even Grandpa was just on a hot tin roof, low volume. We were down in the toilet with our volume. And just like that, the volume snapped. And off we went to the races, straight up. And we're still up. And I see the same thing. They do basically the same thing if you look for the patterns over and over and over. So don't panic. If you're worried about, just get a cash account, get your Tesla share, and keep it. Grandma's even keeping hers. She could have sold out today and made some money. But Grandma, she's holding. And she's learning the Trump dance. Every time I go in the kitchen, Grandma's doing it's the latest thing. Grandpa's even trying to learn it. It was fairly complicated to do the Trump dance. You got to keep both feet centered on the floor, and you move your arms back and forth very little. and you're doing it. I think I've been watching Grandma do it, so I got a fairly good handle on it now. Pivot points. Our current top pivot point, I'll show you right here on the screen where my mouse is, that blue line up there. That's our current top pivot point that we made not that long back. It's at 367.20. They made that when we couldn't even trade in the middle of the night. Okay? And, but whatever. We have to make a new bottom pivot point. Okay? And here's 302.70. We bottomed out at 302.70, okay? I believe this is our bottom pivot point. And so we've moved nothing but straight sideways here, okay, in this 4-hour chart and any other chart, really. Just basically completely sideways. And I'll give you the fair opening price here. It's right here on that white line. It's exactly the same as it was yesterday, but the price is down a little bit. 341 is your fair opening price for Friday, okay? And just so you know, 341 is what it's going to be. But yeah, your pivot points, I believe we've got it. Can I say 100% yet? I can't, because we got to get above the 350 before I can say it for sure. And we came a couple dollars shy of it today, so we're still looking, but I believe that 302.70 is it. And by the time we know 100%, by the time Grandpa knows 100%, that it's 302.70, you're going to have lost all your opportunity to get cheap Tesla shares. So get with the program. Okay. When's Grandpa think we're going to start snapping? Okay. When are we going to snap out of this sideways deal with this low volume? Possibly tomorrow. I'm leaning towards Monday, Tuesday, before we really snap. And when I give you my forecast for Tesla, you'll see that, okay? And like I said, the fair opening price yesterday was 341 on the dot, and it's the same today, 341. That's first time I've had it back to back exactly on the same fair opening price. Jeff Mum goes, snap, snap. Hey, Jeff, I got, talked to Grant a little bit. I got Treasonous Trucker's son on here is talking to Grandpa from North Dakota. Okay. Okay, so, okay, Elon put out today, or I believe that 1 million, going to pop out 1 million of these robo-taxis in like a year from now, and 1 million of the Optimuses. And somebody smarter than me was calculating the billions and billions and billions of dollars. What did he say? It's going to, just that alone, it will more than double the value of Tesla. Just that alone, just doing it the one time will double the volume. The market cap right now is 1 trillion, and the estimate from Elon is 10 trillion, not counting Optimus. On the way up, I've seen guys giving estimates far smarter than Grandpa that are talking 30 trillion market cap. That's 30,000 share approximately. But when the bus starts running uphill, you're going to be buying shares for $1,000. sure, they'll do the 3-to-1 split, and so you can still afford to buy a share possibly for 300 or 400 or whatever, and you'll just have more shares if you keep what you got. That's how they make it so that people can keep buying. Let's see, where was I? So that was real bullish news. I want to talk about billionaire Ken Griffin. Billionaire Ken Griffin. You know who he is? Well, Grandpa didn't until today, but I do know. He bought 1.2 million more Tesla shares. Not dollars. He bought 1.2 million more shares. He's the CEO of Citadel. He's a hedge fund manager. He's the CEO of Citadel. And he's a hedge fund manager with an elite portfolio. And he increased his holdings of Tesla by 395% in the recent past here. I don't know the exact amount he bought at, but he might even have almost as good an average as Grandpa. I doubt it. Because recently, that's 212 area. He probably was a large part of the reason we went off of 212 so quickly. Possible. He should watch Grandpa Sees the Blinking. He would have known that he could have got his shares at 101.81 or 104 like Grandpa did in the past. Jeff says, I'm kind of elite. What else is he saying? I'm going to be running up to Pembroke, North Dakota every other day in December. Going to be pulling doubles for UPS. Oh man, you are. You did that last year. It's a nightmare. Jeff has 50 shares. Buy some more. Hey, all right, I'll get into that shortly, where you should buy at and where you possibly can grab some more cheap shares. Okay, so, this Ken Griffin, he also contributed over $100 million prior to this last election to the Republican Party people running for office like Trump. Okay, sad news. I guess Matt Gaetz decided to give up. They smeared him so much. He decided to give up going for Attorney General. I feel that's a real loss for our country. But I'm sure that Trump will give him some position of prominence. But he's a sharp mind, and he's a loyal Trump person, in Grandpa's opinion. Okay, Grandma's holding out right now at $3.40 per share average, because we're worried that she won't be able to get back in. It's happened to Grandpa before. Back when I sold it, $114, I couldn't get back in. If you sold at 212, Jeff mentioned that the other day. He panics. Well, I don't say he panic sold necessarily, but he was happy to get out with a few $100 profit, just like Grandpa was happy to get out at a profit back at 114. But the problem is, the next time you go buying and get back in, it's way higher. Always, just keep your shares. Okay, so I like that. I like that Ken Griffin guy. He's holding. he's man of life. Just think how many shares that is. 1.2 million shares. How much money is that? That's a chunk of change. Some of these guys got money. Okay, downside for tomorrow. Downside possible 333. You know, you we hit 335.28. I think we could possibly buy some shares at maybe 333, 335 tomorrow. Keep that in mind. This thing runs like a wave. On the upside for tomorrow, 343, 355, I think is going to top us out tomorrow. 343, 355 to the top side. So in case you want to reposition yourself, and if you have a cash account, I wouldn't even mess with it. Like Grandpa, I have a cash account and I have margin account. So I can be a little nuts or I can be a little stable. Okay, forecast for Tesla. And Grandpa says, buy any dip. Buy the dip and hold. This thing is going to snap like a rubber band. Just like it did at 212. Just like it did at 104. Just like it did when Grandpa sold at 114. Just like it did at 193. Just like it did at 212. Just like it did at 302. It's going to snap like a rubber band. And it's going where? It's going to go to 1,000. Then it's going to go to 10,000 per share. And then it's going to go to 100,000 per share. If you sell your shares for $50,000 a piece when it gets there, don't blame Grandpa. If a year later they're $100,000, okay. Oh, I was going to do the forecast. Sorry about that. Okay, now every 12 hours I can calculate Grandpa's forecast where Tesla should be going. I calculate the fair opening price. I'm right 9 out of 10 times, okay? And every 12 hours, I can get enough data together to do it again. And so I'll do it again tomorrow morning. And so far, I've got 2 of them here. So for 11/22 coming up here on Friday, my first calculations early this morning were 354, a price of 354. When I calculated at the end of the day here, I have a price of 350. Expect 350. She's dropped off a bit. For 11/25 Monday, we had 367 calculated out this morning. Grandpa calculates what's fair, where it should go, not where it does go. I calculate where it's supposed to go. If they don't know what they're doing, we came close to the 350 today. We right at 348. We're within a couple bucks. I can live with that, but. So anyway, for Monday, 367 was my first calculation. 12 hours later, it was 363. That's the calculation for next Monday. For next Tuesday, my first calculation of the morning today was 363. Second one was 361. I calculate with a pen and paper. Well, a pencil. I'm not allowed to have ink pens. Grandma don't want me writing on the walls. Okay, for 11/27 Wednesday, 368 was what I calculated this morning, and now the calculations come out to 364. That's where we're going to be, or somewhere in between those 2 numbers. I'll take either one. Thursday, we're going to have Thanksgiving, and Grandpa's hoping he gets stuffing with that turkey. And Grandma's going to make meatballs and gravy and pumpkin pie and apple pie. And boy, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. I can tell you that. Every time I close my eyes, I dream about that turkey. Okay, so 11:29 Friday after Thanksgiving. This morning I calculated $383 is where we're going to be. There's an upward progression here, folks. But when I recalculated now this afternoon after the close, it came out to 378. Okay. On 12/2 Monday, we should hit 396. That was my first calculation. My second one after hours was 391, and I'm going to do another one tomorrow morning. That it's might not be a perfect science, but I think it can give you some real insight as to where we're heading, and that's straight up. Right after we get to the bottom. And I think we bottom. We're just doing little retracements here. When they got you sufficiently scared, so scared you don't want to buy a share, you better start buying. That's the program. Grandma ain't worried. She's taking a nap. Okay, 12/3, Tuesday, 392 was the price I did this morning. 12 hours later, it's 389. Okay, that's what I calculated now. $389. On 10/4 Wednesday, what I calculated before was 397 for that day. What I got now after hours is 392. Gee, that's a good number. And I calculated 12/5 for Thursday. 12/5 Thursday, $399. We're going to hit $400 on 12/5. That's, I got some great news. I consider it great news. I'm sad about the Gates thing, but Trump will figure it out, believe me. And Elon. Trump and Elon will figure it out, and Vance. But I got some great news for all of you. The celebrities are fleeing America. I don't know if this is fake news, I have no idea, but I've seen multiple videos today and news reports that Ellen DeGeneres has already left the country. And Joey Bearhart and Whoopi claim they're going with her. And a few others that I don't even know who they are, that are on The View type of deal. So it just makes you happy. That's what, I'm pretty sure they don't have Tesla stock anyway. Yeah, Kamala ended up paying Oprah. It wasn't $1 million, it was $2.5 million. $2.5 million to pretend that she liked her and mislead the people of the United States. I would have done it for $1 million. I would have pretended that I liked Kamala and Oprah for $1 million. So I'm no better than they are. Jeff says, I'm kind of elite. And then he goes, he's down $44. So that's because you buy at the wrong place. I'm up. Grandpa's in the green. Don't blame me if you buy at the wrong spot. I said to buy the dip. Okay, and Jeff says, I'm fleeing Iowa. Where are you headed there, Mr. Mum? He's I think he's going to either unload there or unload it, or who knows where he's at. yeah, it was good to see. I had my, yeah, he says he's going to Pembina, North Dakota. That's what he's telling me. Well, Grant, that's my that's one of my, I'm so proud of that guy. I can't even tell you. He was quite the football player and running back. He was quarterback. He did quarterback quite a while, and he was running back. I watched him go with that football, and there was 3 defenders, and he went right into the 3 of them, and it was a huge collision, and I don't think they touched him. I don't know what happened, but he came out the other side, made a touchdown, and the 3 defenders were all laying on the ground. I think they all 3 ran into each other and missed Grant entirely, the way it looked to me, from the sidelines. But, yeah, Grandpa's got it. I'm very blessed. Okay, so I'm going to be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm planning on being back, and I'll give you I'll give you my forecast again, at least, and go through that, and we'll just have a little fun and see what Tesla's doing. Might have a tight range tomorrow, 10, 15 bucks, somewhere in there. She's going to snap. Is it going to snap Friday? Is it going to snap Monday? Think about this. And I can just see him doing it, and I mentioned it already. Friday, okay. What was our price on Monday that Grandpa had? The lowest price for Monday was $3.63. I can just see it coming. I can just see what they're going to do. When we can't trade overnight, the 11 hours a day that we can't trade, 8 o'clock until 7 in the morning, 8 o'clock at night, you're done trading. But they trade. They can trade. They trade all night. And you're going to wake up on Monday morning, and what are we going to see? You're going to see the 360s. That's what you're going to see. Okay, Grant says, I better get back to work at the Coca-Cola warehouse. Ha ha. Tesla to the moon. And Mars, son. And Mars. He works at the Coke plant and helps pay his college and stuff he's got up there. He's in college. Flake College. And love you, Grant. So, yeah. His little sister, Brianna, she's another quite a girl. I'll tell you that story another day. Okay, so, yeah, I think they're going to stagnate us tomorrow, scare you half to death. They might even drop down to 333. And as you sell your shares and get panicked, they're going to buy them. They're going to buy every one of them, and you wake up on Monday morning, don't be surprised if it's in the 360s. I think we're going to gap. I think we're going to gap up over the weekend. It's Grandpa's opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I'm making money to beat the band here. Man alive. Grandma, she just keeps getting richer. They should have named Grandma Richard. She just keeps getting Richard and Richard and Richard. Okay. Yep. Well, Grant, I love you. See you later. I don't get to talk. Oh, I'll get to see him probably Christmas. He'll come and see Grandpa, I hope. Okay. I hope a bunch of them come. They will. Okay. Hey, what now? Oh, I know. Think about eternity. Think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does.